When you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. When you are enthusiastic about what you do, you feel this positive energy. It's very simple. You have to take risks. We will only understand the miracle of life fully when we allow the unexpected to happen. We have lost contact with reality, the simplicity of life. No, I never saw an angel, but it is irrelevant whether I saw one or not. I feel their presence around me. Everything that happens once can never happen again. But everything that happens twice will surely happen a third time. The good old days, when each idea had an owner, are gone forever. The more in harmony with yourself you are, the more joyful you are and the more faithful you are. Faith is not to disconnect you from reality, it connects you to reality. Love is a trap. When it appears, we see only its light, not its shadows. The more violent the storm, the quicker it passes. Tell your heart that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself. And no heart has ever suffered when it goes in search of its dream. Everything is possible, from angels to demons to economists and politicians. I always was a rich person because money's not related to happiness. The gigantic tension before the shooting of an arrow, and the total relaxation seconds later, is my way of connecting to the universe. With all due respect, the Mona Lisa is overrated. No one can lie, no one can hide anything, when he looks directly into someone's eyes. Love can consign us to hell or to paradise, but it always takes us somewhere. I cry very easily. It can be a movie, a phone conversation, a sunset. Tears are words waiting to be written. What interests me in life is curiosity, challenges, the good fight with its victories and defeats. Everybody has a creative potential, and from the moment you can express this creative potential, you can start changing the world. There is an afterlife. I am convinced of this. I am a Catholic because I choose to be a Catholic. And then I go to the Mass because I choose. It is out of my free will. You drown not by falling into a river, but by staying submerged in it. Be brave. Take risks. Nothing can substitute experience. Life was always a matter of waiting for the right moment to act. Waiting is painful. Forgetting is painful. But not knowing which to do is the worst kind of suffering. Every blessing ignored becomes a curse. One is loved because one is loved. No reason is needed for loving. The wise are wise only because they love. The fool are fools only because they think they can understand love. We have to stop and be humble enough to understand that there is something called mystery. You can become blind by seeing each day as a similar one. Each day is a different one, each day brings a miracle of its own. It's just a matter of paying attention to this miracle. Writing means sharing. It's part of the human condition to want to share things, thoughts, ideas, opinions. I think you can have 10,000 explanations for failure, but no good explanation for success. Everybody is a political person, whether you say something or you are silent. A political attitude is not whether you go to parliament, it's how you deal with your life, with your surroundings. If you start by promising what you don't even have yet, you'll lose your desire to work towards getting it. Every day I try to be in communication with the universe in an unconscious way. Happiness is just another of the tricks that our genetic system plays on us to carry out its only role, which is the survival of the species. Let us be absolutely clear about one thing: we must not confuse humility with false modesty or servility. Things do not always happen the way I would like them to happen, and I had better get used to that. However happy people say they are, nobody is satisfied. We always have to be with the prettiest woman, buy a bigger house, change cars, desire what we do not have. I believe enlightenment or revelation comes in daily life. I look for joy, the peace of action. You need action. I'd have stopped writing years ago if it were for the money. Sometimes I catch myself stooping, and whenever I am like that, I am sure something is not quite right. I'm not saying that love always takes you to heaven. Your life can become a nightmare. But that said, it is worth taking the risk. Twitter is my bar. I sit at the counter and listen to the conversations, starting others, feeling the atmosphere. Of course, to have money is just great because you can do what you think is important to you. My literature is much more the result of a paradox than that of an implacable logic, typical of police novels. The paradox is the tension that exists in my soul. The major religions, Christianity, Judaism, Islam, they deny somehow that God has a feminine face. However, if you go to the holy texts, you see there is this feminine presence. Everything for me is sacred, beginning with earth, but also going to things made by man. Writers are lampposts and critics are dogs. Ask lampposts what they think about dogs. Does the dog hurt the lamppost? I'm modern because I make the difficult seem easy, and so I can communicate with the whole world. I'm first and foremost a writer. I followed my personal legend, my childhood dream of becoming a writer, but I can't say why I'm one. We want to answer this classic question, who am I? So I think that most of our works are for art, or whatever we do, including science or religion, try to answer that question. I tweet in the morning and the evening. To write 12 hours a day, there is a moment when you're really tired. It's my relaxing time. I am not a self-help writer. I am a self-problem writer. When people read my books, I provoke some things. I cannot justify my work. I do my work, it is up to them to classify it, to judge. I am 100% Virgo, stubborn, over-organized, slightly abstracted from the rest of the world. MySpace is my wife. Facebook is my mistress. It's not difficult for me to put my feelings into written form. I try to be concise and to go directly to the subject. This is what people like about my work, and what the critics hate. If you find these quotes of Paulo Coelho motivating, inspiring, influential or helpful to you, then you may read his works. The links of these books are given in the description. The Alchemist. The Pilgrimage. The Winner Stands Alone. 11 minutes. Breda. By the river Pedra I sat down and wept. Manuscript found in Accra. The Zahir. The Witch of Portobello. The Fifth Mountain. Veronica decides to die. The Archer. Hippie. Manuscript found in Accra. The Supreme Gift. Like the flowing river. The Spy. Aleph. Life.